Hello traders, happy Thursday to everyone. Please give me some okay that you can hear me. Wonderful, thank you very much. So welcome on board, Choka. I'm very good. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's me as a speaker. As for now, in a minute, I will give the microphone and the screen to Chris. So, guys, what this webinar is about? Hey, Nathan. So once again, welcome to everyone. Happy Thursday from the cold, still cold, Toronto. What's this webinar about? We today are here. Right, just 1 second. Chris, can you try to unmute yourself?
Yes, it's working.
Yep, good. So this webinar, guys, is about Signals channel, a channel I've been following for more than 6 months now. Long story short, I met Chris a few years ago in the online industry. We started to talk, to follow each other, the work of each other. Then he started to do his business, and long story short, they opened the Signals channel. Then we started to follow, and after 6 months, I can proudly say, for all those of you, because it's definitely not for the traders that prefer to trade manually, but for all those who are looking for reliable trading signals and easy to follow signals and instructions, this is pretty much it. So this webinar, Chris would present their service, their advantages, their solutions, and I will be here, of course, I'll be just quiet to let Chris talk. And at the end, I will come back to read the questions. So if you have questions, please write them down and have some patience. By the end, everything would be answered, of course. That's all. Chris, are you ready?
Yeah, I just have good news. Nenad has made it to the webinar. He should be online.
Great. Let me just find him and also make him a panelist. Here we go. All right, Nenad.
Thank you, guys. I wish you a great welcome. Yeah, I'm actually speaking and talking from my laptop because I don't know, for a strange reason, on my PC it won't open. It's totally bugged, but it doesn't matter. I'm here from my laptop, so yeah, definitely I will also show you some great things. And nice meeting you again, Vladimir. And yeah.
Nice to meet you as well, Nenad. And so, guys, we're about to start then. Nenad and Chris, they are our partners, and they will present their service and the solution they have for traders. As I said in my emails, the reason we present it now to the community is as simple as that. It's among the best signal services I found. Very, very reliable, transparent, following their work. They have top quality signals. They know what they're doing. It's not just like in Facebook and Instagram, a new signal that service that opens after 2 weeks they close because they fail. The guys know their work, and I am very, very sure and comfortable that you will find them as wonderful as I found them on the last 6+ months. Chris, Nenad, who is going to take the screen?
Yeah, I can take the screen. I can make an introduction. Just let me see how I do it. Yeah, show.
I send the screen to you. You just have to start sharing.
Yes, yeah, I have experience with this. I did some webinars yeah, time ago.
But if you don't mind, just 1 second before, guys, this webinar is recorded. So for this or other reason, if you can't watch until the end or prefer to watch the recording as well Everything would be recorded and uploaded to the YouTube channel, will be shared with you later among the community channels, Telegram, emails, blog, and so on. That's pretty much it. This is the link that directs from us referrals, of course, for all the followers coming from our community. There is a special offer that Nenad and Chris would present at the end. So that's all. Enjoy, and Nenad, good luck. I will be in the backstage, and I will come back later to read the questions.
Thanks, Vladimir. So yeah, I will share my screen right now. So let's check if you can see the screen. So I guess you can see it now.
Yep. The answer is yes.
Yes, excellent. So basically, the thing is, we are running our company. It's called Elite CurrenSea, and there are three of us: Chris, Nikita, and myself. Chris is the main analyst, wave analyst, and also he's doing a lot of statistics here in Elite CurrenSea. Nikita is our marketing manager, and I am the main trader. I trade like well, 8 hours per day, approximately, full London and New York session, and I do it on different accounts. I have my FX book. We will talk about it, linked to everything that we do, and also the full spreadsheet for all of our ECS traders. So we are running a trader room. We will talk about it. So just let me make a quick introduction. So I will first introduce myself, then Chris. So I am also co-founder of Elite CurrenSea. I'm the creator of Kamala MACD. It's my proprietary trading method. I've been a full-time member of Forex Factory since 2010, and until I was moved to commercial section on Forex Factory, my thread spiders then had more than 4 million views. I was one of the top 10 members there, and yeah, I received an award from Forex Factory, like a t-shirt, for being in the top 10 some years ago. Then I was moved, because obviously I work commercially, I was moved to commercial section. I worked with a lot of brokers also in my past, and before we started the company, I worked with Admiral Markets. Probably you know that. There are a lot of YouTube videos on the internet, price action trading school, that have had more than 100,000 views at this point. And yeah, I also received the award for the best Forex Street podcast in 2017, and both Chris and I received the award for the best analyst, sell-side analyst, from Forex Street 2018. Forex Street is actually one of the biggest websites there in the world, and we are really proud also to work with them. It was a very, very, very nice win, because we were in a competition with big names such as Sam Seiden and Kathy Lee and Barbara Rockefeller and so on. So basically, yeah, that is just one of the things that actually gives us a top quality, and we are fully transparent. So we are not like Vladimir was saying. There are a lot of fake companies, fake signals, PDF traders who actually sell systems for 97 euros. We know that from the past. You know how was the Forex history. A lot of them were just marketeers, and well, they do nothing. They close their trading platforms, everything, and they disappear. We are here. We will be there as long as market Forex is live. We will be there, guys, trading, because this is who we are. This is our life, and this will never change. Vladimir is our longtime friend and partner. We know him for many years, and he is one of the really genuine traders. So that is why we decided to actually make a partnership with him, because he is also, as we are, a real live trader. He doesn't sell snake oil. His systems are great, verified fully. I mean, you know that. We don't need to mention it, but that is why we only work with proven people. Now I will let Chris introduce himself, because yeah, if I start to introduce Chris, it might take a while. Probably he is a long-time friend and my partner, so you know I am a bit emotional when I speak to him. So Chris, you can continue.
Hi, thank you, Nenad. Well, I just wanted to say hi to everyone and introduce myself quickly, and then we're going to dive into the systems we use for live. So Nenad trades with his system, CAMACD. I use SWOT. It's more based on moving averages, patterns, and yeah, price patterns in general. In fact, candlestick patterns, but also wave patterns. But I try to make it a simplified version of wave, so not going into deep theory So that's kind of the advantage of SWOT, which stands for Simple Wave Analysis and Trading. So yeah, that's been looking at the markets for more than 10 years now, and have done that with Nenad already for 7 years now, I think. So time flies. Amazing. Yeah, and it's great to work with Nenad every day. We look at the markets and are very active in the ECS Live channel. So we're going to show you that soon. Nenad's going to continue now, though, with more info about Forex Peace Army, for instance. If you're curious about our ratings, we have some good feedback from the community there, right, Nenad?
Yes, I'm just sending the trade management because we are in Australian dollar yen trade and we are selling it now. So we are like 20 pips in profit. So I'm just sending it to our channel. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. So we will continue now. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna talk about later. We run our trading channel. It's called ECS Live, where we send signals, daily trading ideas, daily analysis, and 4 times per week we have webinars. Vladimir was there for like 6 months, and for a half a year he followed our channel, and he basically saw how it looks. Chris will later show you our channel. Unfortunately, I don't have it here on my laptop. I don't have actually Telegram installed because this is my reserve laptop. I almost was a bit late for this meeting, so yeah, I just put out my reserve laptop. But generally speaking, ECS Live channel is 12% average monthly return. Currently, we have like 100 active traders. We started also with my FX book account in December 2018, and we also have some previous statements that I will show you just a little bit later. So this is our main thing, guys. ECS Live channel fully focused on Forex trading. We don't trade cryptocurrencies, guys. We don't trade a lot of commodities and equities also. So it's mostly, 99% it's Forex. Occasionally we send like oil signal or gold signal, but 99% of the time it's purely focused on Forex. We are trading actually everything like euro dollar, dollar CAD, pound yen, pound New Zealand. We don't make difference between pairs, because if a person or a trader knows how to trade, it doesn't matter if you trade euro dollar or pound New Zealand, right? So we are fully focused on that. We send not just signals but trade management. For example, now I sent that we can secure 20 pips on the Australian dollar yen. We send the risk recommended. We do strict money management strategy, because guys, believe me, in Forex trading, you are trading the risk. If you are just following signals, you won't succeed. You need to follow the risk, okay? And you are effectively trading the risk. So keeping it low risk with compounding will give you results over the time. Risk and money management is the holy grail in Forex trading. Our system have like approximately above 70, sometimes even 90%, depending from a week to week, of success ratio. So with proper risk, you should be definitely, I'm sure that you will be profitable. Okay, this is just one snapshot that I always show people how it's possible to trade over the summer period, because a lot of traders actually think that they need to go out and stop trading during summer, but it's not true, because from July till September, you can see this was a small account, approximately it was like 1,000 euros, and I managed to bring it up for 80% gain with only a relative drawdown. It's like 33% drawdown. It's very small compared to the gain. So for 3 months, guys, small account, we brought it a little bit up just by trading Kamala MACD and SWOT. So basically, this is one of the things that I always show people, how you can trade also during summer months, because guys, there are few things that you can trade during summer. You don't trade pairs that are not trending. You can always choose from lower ATR pairs and trade it, take 15-20 pips and get over it, because usually during summer we don't have a lot of liquidity and volatility, and prices are just moving in a range. But it's a great thing because you still can make money, as you can see from this. We've been also, as I said, very long time members of Forex Factory. except for Forex Street Awards, we won also the UK Forex Award. And you can also check what other people tell about us and what other people say about us at Forex Peace Army. Go to Forex Peace Army Elite CurrenSea, and you will see the reviews. So what basically people are saying about us. So you can do it freely. Just go ahead and see. My nickname is TarantulaFX. People also know me as NKT on my Instagram profile. It's nkt.fx. I think I have like 22,000 active followers. And yeah, I'm also promoting a lifestyle of a trader, not just trading Forex, so people actually know that I'm also a real person. In October 2014, we launched our Elite CurrenSea website. We started with Elite CurrenSea, but we didn't have a lot of time to actually trade. So we were focusing just on analysis, on other things like doing partnership with brokers. Now we are focused mainly on traders. Okay. In 2016, we also won the award, the UX Forex Award with Admiral Markets for the best educators in, of course, Forex world, and that was also a win for broker Admiral Markets. I already mentioned 2017 Forex Street Best Video Podcast. That was my award, and in 2018, both Chris and I won like a best sell side analysis. We will talk today about what we trade, how we trade, and what we do for the ECS live. That is very, very important. So what are our primary methods of trading? Well, guys, our primary methods are basically systems that are based on support and resistance. That's very important for you to understand, because in Forex, if you want to make money, you need to follow big fish. It's the trend, okay? And you also need to do a proper risk management. Without following the big fish or shark, you will get eaten, guys, okay? That's the fact in Forex market. You need to follow it and go behind the shark, so following the trend, not vice versa. If a shark opens its mouth, you will be eaten. That happens if you don't follow the money. So our systems are mostly trend following systems. They're based on support and resistance. We pay a lot of attention to psychology of trading because not each signal is good. As a trader, you need to assess each signal and see if it's valid or not. For example, I will just give you an example. You see a signal to go long, but you see a big head and shoulder pattern. Okay, the system cannot identify head and shoulders, but you as a trader know that if you see a big head and shoulder, you simply do not go long, guys. It's just a filter. You need to filter all trades as a trader. That is why also our systems have from time to time 90% of success. By default, they are in between 17 and 80. And when you add a trader filter, sometimes like this week and previous week, it can become 90% of success. So that is why it's important that you also know about trading. Although our systems are also for beginners, you just follow signals, it's automated, but we explain to beginner traders which pairs they should be focused on until they gain much more knowledge to trade, let's say GBP New Zealand or GBP Mexican peso. It doesn't matter for me, everything is the same. It's just about the movement and the trend. Also, we do the analysis. Chris does his Elliot wave analysis, and his SWOT is also based on waves. My Kamala MACD is based on price action. Okay, this is ECS Kamala MACD. Okay, and I will tell you just quick introduction. What is what I trade? What is what I do? It's a price action and indicator combination. Why indicators? Because in my opinion, MACD is simply the best indicator when it's combined with Bollinger Bands and higher time frame Bollinger Bands. MTF stands for multiple time frame analysis because I compare with my system 3 different time frames and I only trade 1 hour time frame. Each signal is given in a form of a diamond, okay, and in a form of an arrow and with a circle. That is what you also will learn when you get the system. It's also very important, guys, to understand the logic behind it. the arrow or a diamond is not just a simple buy or sell. The diamond gives you T89 pattern. You probably don't know what is T89. It's my proprietary pattern. It's not the rocket science. It's basically a pin bar rejection of my EMA. And when I see pin bar rejection, I just go to the left of my chart, see if there are historical buyers. If they're aligned with now moment buyers, we pull the trade. Just give you a quick cue what is a diamond, T89. When we have a trade like this, with only one arrow, we see that the price is rejecting middle Bollinger Band and also 1 hour Bollinger Band. When there is a circle, price rejects also higher time frame Bollinger Band. But it's not that simple, because Kamala MACD has an indicator that has that also has a lot of coded filters into the indicator itself. So it's not just watch higher time frames and do it. We have special rules for MACD. We have our ECS MACD that are incorporated into the indicator. So when these rules are met, along with 2 additional filters for trend, that will give you approximately 70 to 80% of chance initially, even if you don't know how to trade, to get a quality signal. And when you know what to expect from the market, when you see, as I already explained, head and shoulders, and you want to go long, you don't do it. Although it could be a win, but you just add to your odds, because when you have a winning system, you are stacking the odds to your favor. With Kamala MACD, the odds are in between 70 and 80% by default. That is why we have everything coded into a couple of indicators that are following the rules of Kamala MACD MTF. That is the core of my trading. This is just how it looks. If you compare naked chart to Kamala MACD, you will see a lot of good signals to actually trade and choose. Kamala is not just MACD and Kamala pivot points. Yes, we have Kamala pivot point indicator. That is our work. We actually recoded the original Kamala indicator, and we made it ours, because it's not the default Kamala indicator that was found as a free indicator on the internet was not enough. So we coded the indicator to show higher time frames, multiple time frames in one chart. It's very important. Weekly pivot points on 1 hour chart, daily pivot points on 1 hour chart. We use ATR, also our indicator that shows average true range. That is extremely important for closing the trades, guys. One of the reasons why Kamala MACD is so successful is because it's following the ATR. It's not the same. You cannot take 20 pips on euro dollar the same as you take it on GBP New Zealand, because the ATR of euro dollar is usually 50, 60, 70 pips, while the GBP New Zealand makes 200 pips. So if anyone tells you, okay, this system will give you 30 pips each day, that's nonsense, guys. You cannot compare each pair to they're not the same. Simply the ATR is one of the main strength of the Kamala MACD, because you know how many pips you should take and when you should exit the market. Entering the market is very easy, right, if you have a good system, but exiting the market, well, that's tricky. That is why we have this ATR indicator. Okay, I gave you a quick introduction to Kamala MACD. Now Chris will tell you about his proprietary method named SWOT, based on wave analysis and trading.
Yeah, just a minute or two, we'll talk about SWOT indeed, and then we are going to talk about more about ECS Live specifically. That's why we're here, of course, live setups and webinars and analysis. But we wanted to give you a background about the methods. So Nenad focused on price action and indicators. You saw which ones. SWOT is more or less the same. So we are pretty close to each other. There's just a slight difference is that the SWOT looks more at patterns, and it's a bit confusing maybe in the sense that we say it's wave analysis, but we actually don't emphasize wave analysis at all. It's actually what we do with SWOT is try to simplify the pattern recognition and try to make it a lot easier. So the advantage of that is, of course, if you go into Elliot wave or any patterns, it sometimes is confusing and it could be a little bit tricky to identify it correctly. So that's why we simplified it to basically using moving averages, Fibonacci, and our proprietary indicators. these color candles is one of them. All right. So basically, it's a simplified pattern approach. So Nenad, you can perhaps already move along, and it's based on to the next slide, and it's based on basically we're analyzing support or resistance. We're looking at trend and patterns, and we try to make a trade plan based on that. And so if we see a signal, we will send it to the ECS Live channel when we trade it ourselves. And of course, just like Nenad, we give a heads up about the trades we like. So today we had a pound-dollar trade, for instance, that worked out for about 58 pips, for instance. And Mislav, one of our traders, sent that signal, and that was a good win. So it's more focused on patterns maybe than Nenad, but that's about it, I think. Otherwise, we're looking at candlestick patterns in general, price action in general, trend, support or resistance. That is what we share. The difference maybe is the indicators we use, moving averages, we use at Fibonacci, and we also use oscillators. So quite close, few small differences. But with that said, I think we can head over now and take a look at ECS Live and what we're focused on. And that's Forex, right, Nenad?
Yes, exactly, guys. Yeah, exactly, Chris. It's basically Forex, ECS Live. Now it just closed the Australian dollar. It went like 20 pips in profit. So yeah, today combined we made 98 pips, 58 pips from GBP dollar trade that Chris mentioned, and 20 pips on the Australian dollar and the Australian dollar yen. Especially, I'm very proud of this Australian dollar because, guys, as I already explained, the Australian dollar is moving only like 55 pips per day. So it's like we took almost the half, no, only 51 pips. So we took almost half of the ATR. So yeah, 98 pips today. ECS Live is our proprietary channel and our biggest strength for traders. As I said in the beginning, this is how it looks. Also, Chris will share his screen a little bit later, so he will give you a live picture of our channel. These are screenshots, but basically this is it. We use these symbols, as you can see here. We use the symbol of target to actually when the trade is closed, we put a target. Trade management is done by joystick sign, and this fire sign is actually when we make an entry. It's much easier for traders to see the signals when we also combine it with these visual cues. As you can see, we also give a clear entry, clear stop loss, and clear target price. But we also manage the trade for you. And for example, a lot of times in the past, I was actually managing the trade even during midnight and after the midnight. And we also use it's a great expert advisor. It's called Swiss Army. We are also distributing to all ECS Live members that Swiss Army advisor, because it can also keep your trades in profit over the night. So that is very important, that you also know how you can protect your trades during the night if you are sleeping, for example. Full trade management. You will never be let alone. So it's not like just send a signal and then we simply disappear. So 100% of the time the trade will be managed until we say close a half, like scale out of a trade, or move your stop loss to 20-30 pips of profit. You don't do anything. Simply, you will see it on Telegram channel. Telegram is easily installed on your mobile phone, easily installed on your desktop. So even if you're not close to your computer, you can just put a sound or a vibration and you will see the message instantly. It's very good. It's no hassle. I usually give 10 pips the zone, because we are trading always in the zone. Okay, 10 pips is the zone where you enter the trade. So you, even if you're late, like I don't know, 5-10 minutes, very often the price is still in the zone, so you can take the trade. This is only a members area, of course. And we also provide not just signals, but live analysis, wave analysis, and webinars. These are the stats. Chris actually compiled the stats, so he will tell you about this. I even think that this 66.5% is now even higher because we didn't take into calculation the last week, and we have like 80 to 90% of winning trades. So combined, this is stats. Chris, you can explain a little bit more about this if you want, or if it's needed.
Yes, definitely. So yeah, we basically started in October 2017. That's about 1.5 years ago. And what we did is also, we have my FX book, where we also compiled our own stats that our members check. They check all the trades, they check all the entries, exits. So, and they're of course checking us very thoroughly, and they should, and we appreciate that. And if there is any error, we always correct that. If it doesn't happen often, but sometimes we're all human, so some small errors can occur. And so it's results that the community, our community, our followers agree on, right? When they see the stats, they would say so otherwise. And we did that because with my FX book, there's sometimes some issues. Gold breaks the stats. If you have a loss there, or a win, the pip number is very big. If you add or withdraw capital from your account, it also plays around with the stats on my FX book. So we wanted to have something that shows the entire track record, and we do that together with our traders, and they follow that. So oh, sorry, no, I was just still want to talk about those stats. So if you look at those stats, you see the blue number is indicating the gain, almost 16,000. This was beginning of March, so we're a bit further now, but still almost 350%. This is just based on 1% risk, just a moderate risk there. And yeah, you can see good R2R average and almost 70% win rate, right? 2/3 basically. So these stats, will vary a little bit. We're fully transparent. So, in some cases, depending on the broker, right, some could have a loss, some could have a win. But of course, then you're talking about some rare occasions when price really went close to the stop loss, and that could happen. But otherwise, in the majority of the cases, the results should be plus minus the same, depending on where we exit, where you exit, etc. All right. So besides the live stats, we have live webinars. Nenad, myself, both talking about the markets and our vision, and of course, based on that, we share the trade ideas. So it is just not only educational. We do have some education, but it's more focused on practical trading, and that's what we're talking about. We're looking at the markets, we're discussing our minds, and then when we make up our minds, we'll let the channel know. So that's basically what we're working with. This is how the sheet looks like. All the data is transparent there. We keep track of the stats week by week, month by month, and all of that is visible in the sheet, and everyone has access to that, so they can check that.
Chris, if you don't mind, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I have to comment here. Now, I must admit, when you first gave me the access and we agreed on testing each other, I saw that and I was okay. Now it's the time to to make some tests, right? The skeptical view, of course, like everyone. So I started. Can you hear me?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So I started to follow up, like signal after signal, as executed by my my personal team. We had it running on a small account of ours, and then they were executing. Not everything depends on the sessions, of course, but like 80% or so of the trades. And I said, okay, now let's check. And I started to check the states and everything. And this is the place where I understood basically, you guys stand behind your word, which is the first important principle for me, and transparency. You keep it exactly the way I do, trade after trade, detailed with screenshots. Everything is available then with full details and spot on, and thumbs up. That just wanted to say how it looked from my side while testing. It's important people that watch this video know the truth. So thumbs up. Great work.
Yeah, thank you. Great to hear that. Yeah, we definitely appreciate all the comments from the community and from traders, and especially from you, of course, Vladimir. Definitely, it's a big motivation for us. And I can even show the channel maybe now. Nenad doesn't have access to that, so maybe if you could pass me the presenter.
Yes, Here you go.
Ah, great.
Chris, I
can show
just,
it right away.
gave you the presenter if...
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, it's okay. I know it's software, so it's fine. Thanks, Vladimir.
Hang on, folks. I'm almost there. Yeah, now it should be sharing, I believe. So yeah, this is how it looks like. I'll just scroll. So when we have one of our setups, we add a symbol just for so everyone can see it better and quicker. It is the direction, obviously, the currency pair, the strategy, what risk if it's not mentioned, it's just standard risk in our view. But if it's less than 1%, like 0.5, it's half, because we're just assuming like 1% is normal risk. Obviously, risk is up to you, and the trade is up to you. But that's just our view of the risk that should be taken or that we take. E is entry, SL is stop loss, TP is take profit, and yeah, that's how the signal looks like through the channel. And we have a joystick for trade management and obviously this for the target. And in this case, he got 30 pips in it on the GU. So that's how we keep these updates. But it's not only that, we have a lot more. We have analysis that we share. We have multiple analysis, actually, on multiple pairs, 6 pairs per day, overview of daily highs and lows expected, candlestick patterns as well, and videos and webinars. So it's a continuous stream that's updated, basically from, 7 in the morning European time, so that's 1 a.m. New York time, to, and any time the trade management often stops 9 p.m., 10 p.m., in some cases, some messages, but it's just a slow drip of messages throughout the day, not too many. We don't want to bombard or send too many, but appropriate amounts so that you're up to date of what we think, what we analyze, and also our trade ideas. Here you can see the most recent chats that were sent on this channel. So that's just to give you an idea here, some signal, some trade management target hit here. I talked about the pound at the beginning, so you can see that was hit, and some video analysis here, some signals again. So here you can you can get an idea about the flow that is offered in this channel. It's a Telegram channel. All right, so you can access it from your phone, from your laptop, and keep an eye on the updates that we send through that Telegram channel. So that's it. Okay, we have community, we have a forum where we share, you can access all of some extra information regarding the results. Here you can see just a curve basically from the very beginning, year 1 and year 2. Year 2, as I said, we're about maybe a bit less than 1.5 years now, I guess. November, December, yeah, about 1 year and 4 or 5 months. So we're going, the equity curve is not as long yet, but almost at 50%. And year 1 was almost 300, or just about, yes. Here you can see some FX book. This was already shown. Here's another one from January, and this one is longer for a couple of months, 5 months, I think, or 4. A bit bigger accounts, so a little bit slower, because we trade with different approaches. Nenad likes to have more aggressive approaches with smaller accounts. We do also less risk with bigger accounts. This one is 10K. For instance, and you can see it's 12% at this moment. With lower risk, 7.5% drawdown is small, less than 10%. It's very doable. So yeah, let's wrap it up, I guess, here to show you ECS Live at least, and we're going to show you how you can join. All right, so that's going to be exciting. So we got trade setups, charts and analysis, video education, trading sessions. And if you join for a longer period, you get extra benefits like SWOT indicators and also a system. So I will tell you about the system. It's the London Open Advanced. It's a system from Nenad. And it's a very straightforward but very cool system, I think. It's obviously built around London Open. So we're going to share you, how you can get access to that on top of the ECS Live. Now, in case you wanted to check out our reviews, so you have more idea about us, maybe you don't know us and you're wondering, okay, who are these guys? You can check that out on Forex Peace Army, where we have quite some reviews. And one of them, mentioned this. We really appreciate Howard reaching out to us and writing this. Howard has been trading. He wrote us an email actually yesterday saying how much he appreciates the channel and that he wanted to let us know. He's been trading 10 years himself, and he just really appreciates the entire Telegram ECS Live channel and how much he relies with his trading on it. So really appreciate that. He wrote a review recently a month ago, so you can check that out on Forex Peace Army. So if you're interested, and you can feel free to reach out with some questions, of course, if anything is unclear. But so if you want to join ECS Live, 109 euros, and you get an indicator for free if you join with us through Vladimir, ECS ATR. All right, that's the average true range indicator right here shown on the left image. But you get some advantages if you join us for 3 months. Okay, so we like traders that join our community for longer. So you got a discount, but you also get some indicators, not only the ATR, but also Camarilla and ECS SWOT. So that's the SWOT system that I'm using. You get that too, and that's part of the deal. So it's quite a lot of material you get. SWOT has I don't know exactly, actually 8 indicators, I think, a lot of templates, and the Camarilla indicator that Nenad uses, and the ATR, all of that, and a 10% discount. All right, and if you join ECS Live community for 6 months, it's an even bigger discount, almost a quarter. And on top of those indicators, a system, CAMACD LOA. Once again, that's London Open Advanced. And that's an interesting system where you're looking at the breakout in the London Open, as far as I understood, this Nenad system. So maybe Nenad, if you're here, you can maybe say a word or two about it. But it's trading euro dollar, pound dollar, and gold.
Yeah, mostly it's been about trading gold because with Kamala MACD NTF, we don't trade gold. I just trade Forex, but with London Open Advanced, you can also trade gold. It's based on breakout, based on an Asian range, and on a trend. So it's also semi-automated. We have the indicator that draws these, as you can see, rectangles, and it gives a signal if a breakout happens in the direction of a trend. So you can easily see the targets also. The targets are based on the ATR. So it's just one trade, potential trade per day during the active session, London. So the trade should happen in the first 2 hours of London session. If you see a trade, trade it. If you don't see a trade, skip it. So it's just a London Open breakout. Very nice, very simple system to use for London Open breakouts, because those breakouts simply don't mean anything. They don't mean that the trend will continue. A breakout is just price was consolidating. Asian traders already closed their trades, and now London traders join, and you see a move that will last for some 15-20 minutes. So this is hit and run. Make pips and close.
Yeah, so that's part of the 6-month package, including all of those indicators and ECS SWOT. There's a lot of indicators included. So it's all in all, I think, interesting for you. If you found what we shared, if you find that something that could provide value to your trading, then we hope to see you in the channel soon. 6 months is a good time to improve your trading. 1 month, of course, you can check us out for 1 month, no problem. That's why we have that option. If you're not sure, feel free to join for a month. But we like to encourage traders to join longer, because that's where we think there's more benefit. You can learn more. It's a long-term thing and process, and that's what we want to emphasize with ECS Live. That it's just not something that just pops out of the sky, 1 week or another. It's a process that we want to show day in, day out for the long term. So that's why, we have these extras for 6 months. But up to you. We have all of these 3 options available. So whatever you feel comfortable with, if any, of course, we hope to see you in the channel then. Otherwise, I guess if you have any questions, we'd like to see them. If anything is unclear.
Let me then start. So first of all, guys, thank you very much for the presentation. Chris, Nenad, is wonderful. As I said, we both agreed to do this partnership for one reason. You provide the transparency and the quality I'm looking for my community. you find my community, that kind of community you want to work with. So it's great. A few questions. First of all, how many signals could you expect per week?
Our average is about 13 per week. So it's about, because Friday we don't send as many, right, Nenad? I think maybe, a little bit lower. Friday is a little bit tricky trading day.
Yeah.
So,
Friday, guys, Friday is not for trading. I mean, you can have maybe one good trade on Fridays, because Fridays are profit-taking days. Usually traders don't like and don't want to carry the risk over the weekend, so they close their intra-week trades. So usually during Fridays there is no trend. Actually, there is counter trend, because there is profit taking. Each time a long position is closed, it's an automatic selling to the market, and vice versa. So on Fridays there is a huge profit taking, so we don't like taking any entries. Maybe one per on Friday, but it's only if I see it's very, very good. It's like 60 to 70% sure, then I take it. But yeah, as Chris said, usually over the week we have like it's an average 13, but sometimes we can even have more than 13.
Yeah, this is the average, of course. So yeah, some weeks it could be less, some weeks it's more. It depends on market environment, and that kind of fluctuates anywhere, like from 7-8 till 16-18 some weeks, but the average is 13 indeed.
Great, thank you, guys. Before we continue, just want to answer a question. Keep repeating that, but that's for myself, guys. Yes, this webinar is recorded, will be uploaded to the YouTube channel, will be shared among all the social channels we have, including the blog, Telegram, emails, Facebook. So wherever you follow, it will be there for you. The join link with us would be also there, so you can receive all these things Nenad and Chris mentioned before. And we'll now continue with the question. But before we both got great feedback, guys. John, I've been a member of, where is that here? Of ECS channel, and also follow Vladimir. And these guys are the best traders and provide honest service. John, thank you very much. It's good to get feedback for both of us at the same time. Next question was about the average lifetime of a trade.
Yeah, I think that most trades are closed within the, I think most within the day, but we have, Nenad has some trades that he leaves overnight and uses a trail stop loss for that. SWOTs also more regularly, I would say, than Cam MACD. So I think that with Cam MACD, probably a few hours, and with SWOT, maybe 1 to 2 days on average.
Personally, I don't remember anything I saw more than 2 days. Most of them in the
not
same
recently,
day.
indeed.
But
No.
I'm just following 6+ months. So.
Yeah, I will actually jump in. Yeah, Kamala MACD is actually momentum based, because if you have a matter that is based on pivot points and MACD and you trade it on 1 hour time frame, it's actually momentum based. So for it's the question about how many signals, guys. You need to know one thing: too much is not good for trading. You need to trade only top quality signals. That is what we are focused on. So you first need to know which pairs are trending. We have a dashboard that shows it. Then you need to see the momentum. If there is no momentum, then trend will not help you out, because you need to have a loss of momentum. It's called retracement. Then when you have retracement, then you actually buy or sell. Buying the dip or selling into rally. So that is one of the main things we do. And when we reach our targets are based on ATRs, on Camarillas, and on Bollinger Bands. We protect our trades. So we scale out. It's called scaling out, closing, let's say, half of your position and putting the rest to break even +1. So you're riding a free ride, or moving a stop loss in profit. That is what bank traders call profit stops. So because of that, Kamala MACD trades usually last from, let's say, 15-20 minutes to, let's say, 3, 4, 5 hours, usually closed within the day. But sometimes it may happen that because market is lower, I keep the trade overnight by using, let's say, a trailing stop of 20 pips. So when price moves 20 pips in 23 pips in my favor, it's either the trade is either moved to stop loss +20 or it's completely closed. That is what I decide also on the channel. So it's momentum based. You need to see some momentum before you actually pull a trigger.
Next question. Thank you very much, Nenad. Next question is the pairs which you also covered already, which pairs you trade, and what instruments. The next other question was about sessions. What sessions are most active?
Of course, London, New York session, very, very active. During Tokyo session, I'm not active because I need to sleep. Although I sleep like the average 5.5 to 6 hours, I'm still managing any trades that are left over from, let's say, London or New York session. So we fully cover London and New York session.
The life of a trader, no sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but we also need to sleep. It's not just
definitely. All right, great. Next question: how do you send your signals?
It's easy via Telegram. So you have to join the channel and you install Telegram on your mobile phone and your desktop. And if you're not close to your PC, then you see the message on Telegram and instantly open a trade via mobile phone. So you have sound notification or vibration, very easy to read, very clear, with clear entry, stops, and targets. So Telegram channel is the main signal provider. I mean, the main signal. How can I say? They're intermediate. So we are using Telegram. We don't use any other software than Telegram.
Thank you. Next question is basically, what's your recommendation for small accounts like 1,000 euros or so? If you make 100 euros profit from the signals for months, it basically pretty much the costs of the service. What's your advice, recommendation, and such?
Well, I can say, I mean, basically, I mean, you can build your account by compounding. It's not just about traders make a big mistake. They are not focused on pips. They're just focused on money. The point of ECS Live, it's not just giving signals. We are profitable. We can, it's okay, it's the fact. But the thing is, you also learn. So if you can make 100 euros on $1,000 account, that's like 10%, right? You can make 10% on $50,000 account, right? So the percentage and return on investment is what matters, not the money. The return on investment is always the same. It's, let's say, 10%, okay. But it's not in the terms of money. If you can make it on $100 or $1,000, you can also make it on 50K. You just use bigger lot sizes. Now, as I already said, trading, guys, is effectively about risk. You're trading the risk, and it's the sole truth in Forex trading. If you're not ready to accept the truth that, well, then you can gamble. You can always like put a bigger risk in your trades. Okay, it's not a problem, but you need to know, if you put a bigger risk and you go into a big drawdown, then it will take a lot of effort to get out from that drawdown. I do this conservatively because I can do it. But if I open an account of 500 euros, I can afford to use 500 euros, right? So then I will use bigger risk. It's just about how much you're willing to risk. Is the 1,000 euros everything that you have, or you can actually can deposit more, right? So you know, it's a very ungrateful question. With 500 euros, 1,000, I can use a bigger risk. With 10,000, I use smaller risk. With 100K, and I also trade with bigger accounts like institutional, then I use a very small risk, much smaller than I use on 10K and or 1K.
100% agree. First of all, thank you, Nenad. And also, I would say, from my point of view, it's all about compounding. Yes, you probably, if you do what it costs, you probably will not see net profits in your pocket at the beginning, right? But you are growing. When you are growing, your account is growing, and therefore your profits are growing, and the numbers are accumulating and becomes much bigger than any simple cost. So that's pretty much it. That's the truth as it is. Raj is asking, I would like to know, will I be limited with making use of your service, an indicator pack, as I am currently using a web-based platform, not MT4. Due to my work, I'm unable to run MT4 on desktop. Will that be a problem?
We only have the indicators and templates for the MT4, but it's not a problem because you can still trade right on your web platform, but you will be actually following our signals then, right? So you use signals on a mobile phone or desktop, and you're trading from web. So I don't see any problem with it. But if you want to have a system, well, then it's only for the MT4. We are not using MT5. MT5 is obsolete. It's not fully supported by traders. If you open like SEO search for MT5, it's nothing compared to MT4. So traders are still using MT4. MT4 is great, and well, you can also use web. But as I say, for simple trading a system, you need MT4. For signals, you don't need. You just need your mobile phone and nothing else.
Yeah, let me just add that the indicators are just an extra. It's just like a gift. They are not instrumental for using the ECS Live service. They're just like an extra, so that whenever you want, you can use them to analyze the market on your own when you have that time. But it's not connected to using the ECS Live service or following it.
Thank you. Next question comes from Joe. Can you profit if you are an ES trader and trading on US hours market only?
Chris, I think we have like a couple of traders from the US and Canada, right?
Yes, but
yeah,
well,
the review that you showed on Forex piece
yeah, but we're mainly Forex focused, of course.
Well, I can judge. I'm from Canada, and I don't remember missing any kind of. Maybe there's some trades like you know, when I opened my morning, I saw the messages. Maybe some trades is like 10 pips in any other direction with you or against you at the beginning, but the comfort is there definitely. As a Canadian time zone, I didn't face any challenges.
Yeah, I think that it should be doable for traders from New York, sorry, from the US and Canada in general, indeed. Yeah. But I think that the instrument mentioned is not something that we look at. You know, Nenad and I are not looking at or trading stock indices. I mean, we do some analysis on it, but you know, if anything, we take trades sometimes on gold and oil, right, Nenad? But occasionally.
Gold, but not connected to my fixed book. I don't want to connect my fixed book to gold because I lost, for example, 30 pips on gold trade, and my fixed book showed like I lost 3,000 pips, and actually I was in profit like 58%, but it showed like minus 3,000 because my fixed book is only for Forex. It's not for gold. It's not for equities, for indices. It's totally screwed pip count. So. That is why I connected my fixed book, and mostly my fixed book signals are only for Telegram members and connected to my account, FXDD account 10. We started with 10K, now it's like 12% in profit. So that is it. That's the reason.
That's true. My fixed book, with all their advantages, and they have many, but they unfortunately yet have too many disadvantages. And
yeah,
true. That's true. I mean, last question.
Yeah. Sorry. Imagine you made like, and all people know that you are profitable, right? So imagine you made like 50% and it shows like minus 2,000 pips. So a trader might come and ask, how come that you made 50% and you have like minus 2,000 pips? So what can I say? So I know the answer. The answer is gold, but traders don't know why gold. I cannot explain it. So that is why I decided to trade only on Forex market with Kamala MACD that is connected to my fixed book. And yes, from time to time we do send gold, but it's not connected to it's on other account, completely different account.
And the last question is, are your trades come like pending orders or mainly as market orders?
SWOT uses more pending orders. So when Mislav sends a setup, one of our traders, it's mostly pending, and Nenad, more market orders.
Yeah, for me, fully market orders.
Oh, yeah, fully.
Fully, yeah. And pending orders, so they are not in conflict. Usually, when I do a market order, we can have a scale in. It's called a scale in from Chris system. So basically, it's like, you know, I have like, let's say, a GBP dollar long at one price, and I'm almost like 20-30 pips in profit. And then you can have a signal like scale in another trade that is a separate trade, and it's a pending order. So basically, they're not in conflict, no opposite signals, and it's also compounded.
Great, guys, thank you very much. That's pretty much it about the question. Thank you for the presentation. For all those who ask how to join, where is the link? This is the link. I made an arrow for you guys. For all those who don't want to wait for the emails of mine and webinars to be uploaded. So here is a direct link. Just copy that if you would like to your browser, or just wait for the recording to be uploaded and shared in the channels. Nenad, Chris, thank you very much, guys, for presenting. I hope the traders will understand your wonderful and will enjoy your wonderful service. I did for 6+ months, so thank you for that, and thank you for the chance for a partnership, and I wish you the best.
Thank you, Vladimir,
so
for reaching us again, and of course, hoping to see you again soon. And yeah, guys, just come and relax. I mean, we are totally relaxed when we trade. That is a trader's life. And thank you again for everything. Talk to you soon then. As I always say, cheers and trade safe.
Cheers, good trading, and thanks to everyone who attend. And I'll see you guys in the community. Wonderful day to all. Bye for now.